Enjoy your meeting. Just a reminder, today's meeting is being recorded.
All right, so Sean is still getting connected to us. Hey everybody, I am recording today's meeting. We were at the last minute trying to get really great photos of our leaders in really big live in color person, but we're going to have tiny little boxes to look at instead. Which you still look beautiful, Katie and Heather, and I know once Shauna gets in, her square head will look beautiful. Bless her heart. What she makes up, what she lacks in how it shows up on iMeet, she makes up for in her awesome personality and her wisdom that she's going to share. So and also, Sean, I want to give you I don't know if she's even in, but if she wants the option, she can totally, if one of you wants to let her know, she can totally just call in too if she's having trouble.
Okay.
All right, good. So at the last minute, we thought we were going to try to use Hangout, but we're able to do that. So as you're logging into our Wednesday Wisdom call today, make sure to mute your own phone or your app. Heather, do you want to give, like on the phone, I think it's the same thing. If you hover at the bottom, there's a little microphone, and you can push the X sign, and that will mute the phone, right? Or mute the app on the phone.
Like, are you talking about, like, if you're on your computer or on your phone?
If you're on
like
your phone.
Dialing in?
No,
or like
on
the app? Because if you're on your computer, you can, at the very bottom of the computer, you can see a little microphone. If you click on that, that will, like, mute you. If you're on your phone, like dialing in, where you're not on the app at all, you can see *6, and you press *6, and that mutes. Like, I see Charlotte's muted. She's on the app, and she's got a little line through her microphone, so she's good. I don't know if that helps at all.
Cool. Thanks for that, Heather. So those of you who are joining us tonight, we're featuring 3 of our amazing gold leaders. And then Charla, I have this brainstorm today. I didn't let you and Dawn know yet, but my brainstorm was to video you guys on the Saturday that we're going to be in Michigan together, and get a recording of you guys there that we can then play. We can send out to our team that way. So we'll have 2 separate gold expertise meetings because I knew today was a little bit funky with technology and I wasn't sure how it was going to work out. So really, really excited about that. We do Wednesday Wisdom calls. We try to do them twice a month so that we support you wherever you are in becoming the best leader that you can be. And we're sorry that it took us so long to make a decision on which interface we were going to use today, but hopefully this one will work out. We're still waiting for Shauna to join us, but I'm sure she's helping it upload as fast as she can. Katie and Heather, are you guys checking in with her on Facebook?
Yeah, she said she's working on it.
Okay, great. So just a little bit of a heads up on things that are happening new and great and living well now. First of all, the script and presentation are uploaded to the downloadable resources, including a new handout. And all of those resources feature the new Vitality oils, as well as some language updates to how we make those presentations. So we invite everyone to take a peek at those, print them out for yourself. There are some edits coming, but please take a minute to locate those, make sure your team has the updates as well. We're very, very grateful to Kayla Machado for putting those together. Also, wanted to note that the Arizona family is coming east as far as the Midwest. So we're going to be in Indiana and Michigan starting next Friday. So invite you to look at our events and determine which classes will suit you best for being involved in. I realized that my children just got home off the bus, so just a second. Shauna, are you on?
She's on.
Yay.
Can you see me? Yep. We can't see your picture, but we can see your name and your landscape.
What landscape am I?
Your mountains, like blue mountains.
I see. Okay, let me see if I can get that picture on. Can you guys see me?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Fine.
Should be the camera icon.
Here it goes.
Yay! There you are.
Yay! You made it! And your face is
That looks normal.
I'm so glad.
That's
You
so
look
good.
normal.
So one more quick announcement, and then we're going to turn this over to these amazing leaders. On Friday morning at 7 a.m. Arizona time, 10 a.m. East Coast time, we'll be having another coaching and accountability call. I don't know if the event needs to be refreshed in Business Builders, but you'll use this same interface for that call on Friday morning. We will update it if we need to, probably later tomorrow morning. And we're really excited about what that's been offering our team in terms of some coaching, large group coaching, and also in terms of your abilities to put your accountability statements into the space that we're holding for each other, and hopefully that's helping you push through some of those fears that you might have that are holding you back from being your best sharing self. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce Katie, Heather, and Shauna, 3 gold leaders on our Living Well Now team. Gold in Young Living means that each of these leaders has an OGV of at least 35,000, as well as 3 leaders who are reaching 6,000 at least every single month. And we feel so blessed to have their wisdom and expertise coming to you today for insights into your business. One of the cool perks about Living Well Now is our cross-line coaching and our opportunity to help one another. So hopefully you have your pens and papers ready. All 3 of these women have worked really hard and are part of our leadership team to here in Arizona is their home base, and they're going to give you some of their best tips. So if this is something that's on your goals and your directions in 2016 and beyond, please take notes fervently and record some of the amazing wisdom that they're going to share with you today. So girls, did we decide Katie was going first today?
Yes, I think so.
Good. This is almost, I'm laughing because this is almost like the Brady Bunch. I can't wait to see the recording. The Brady Bunch where I'm like, Shauna, are you going first? Or is it you, Katie? Or could it be
It's me.
And for those of you who are on the web, you'll be able to see their little faces present their words of wisdom to you. If you are not on the web, however, you can certainly link in on the call and listen to the recording. All of this will be recorded on YouTube and posted later tonight. All right, Katie, take it away.
Okay, awesome. So one thing that I kind of wanted to chat about that some people have been asking me about how I kind of handle is essential rewards and how I present that to people. So first, follow-ups are very key in this business. If you think you just get this kit of oils, most people really probably have had no experience with oils or very little experience with oils. And if we just send them home with their kit of oils and expect them to learn how to use it all on their own, some may have some success, but the majority of the people probably aren't really going to use them. They're going to sit on their shelf and never get used. So we want to help them really fall in love with the oils, fall in love with Young Living. So one way to do that is through a follow-up. And you've probably heard fortunes in the follow-up, and it really, really is. Not only are you helping build that relationship with that person, but you're helping them from a product standpoint, introducing the business, and just providing really good customer service. So during that follow-up meeting that I do after they get their kit, I introduce Essential Rewards. So when you are introducing Essential Rewards to people, really work on your posturing. If you go in and say, oh, you know, it's $50 a month and, you know, but you can cancel it, you know, that's not going to come across very well. But I think most of us would agree on here that Essential Rewards is an awesome, awesome rewards program that Young Living has. And so when we're passionate about something that we believe in and love, that will come across in your posturing. So look at the verbiage that you use. I just stick to a similar script. It may not be exact every single time, but I basically tell them when you're ready to place your next order, just sign up for Essential Rewards. Or I may say most people sign up for Essential Rewards, and I go into all the benefits of it. So the reduced shipping, the points back, you know, the 10, 15, 20% back that you're getting in addition to your already 24% discount, how you get a grace month every single year. And another thing I like to point out is, obviously that is 50 PV a month, and I usually use the term, it's only $50 a month, and what most people find is that they're spending the money anyway, and now they're just transferring where they're buying it from and buying it from their own store and getting a much better product that you don't even have to leave your house to go get. So instead of going to Ulta, instead of going to Target, instead of going to CVS, you can just log on to your account and just transfer and buy from your own store with a much higher quality product. And I make sure that they know that, or I encourage them and say, so when you're ready to place your next order, and I usually ask them if they have a wish list. And I say, if you're like me, you probably have a wish list of things that you want to order next. I can help you place that next order and offer to help them. Again, I'm not pressuring them into it. I'm just offering it to them as good customer service, and let them know that even if they order, let's say, month 1, and they want to restock some oils, and, okay, you order the first month, and I tell them, so if month 2, you decide you don't really need anything yet, or maybe you're leaving on a, you know, summer vacation or something, then you can use that as your skip month. And then by month 3, if you decide that the program's not for you, or for whatever reason you don't want to continue, then you can just cancel it. It's very easy to cancel, but that way you're already 3 months into that 15% back mark. So that's kind of how I posture it. Obviously, I tell them all the benefits of it, but again, you look at the verbiage that you're using. So using words like most people, or like I said, I just kind of tell them, like, just sign up for it. And transfer buying. So using those strong words and really the posturing behind it, I think makes a big, big difference. And I've had really good success with it. And sometimes after a while, people do drop off of ER, and that's okay. But at least we've done our part in making sure they understand the value. And I think ER really is an amazing program. I, have met people outside of my organization that don't order on ER, and I encourage them to do it. And it, again, doesn't benefit me whatsoever. So practice it, practice telling people about ER, maybe with your husband or kid or dog or mirror, whatever it is, but just practice it so it comes across naturally and that it sounds like you, and that it's really not a sales pitch and trying to get them to do something that that they aren't going to absolutely love. So that was my, I guess, first little tip that some people have been asking me about. Another thing I just wanted to chat about is with this business, really no matter where you're at in your business, whether you're just a distributor or maybe you're a star, senior star, maybe you're diamond or crown diamond, and if you ever feel overwhelmed, really just step back and get back to the basics of the business. Sometimes we can get so caught up in everything else that goes along with the business to make sure that we're doing a good job, and can get caught up in that. Really just stop and think, okay, what is this business and what is going to grow my business? So prospecting, obviously, we need to prospect. But the simplistic way that this business works is you use the product, okay? You want to fall in love with the product, right? And then you recommend the product. So just like you recommend everything else from movies, hairdressers, restaurants, water bottles, whatever it may be, it's just another product that we recommend to people. And then invite. And I think a lot of times we forget that inviting part. We'll recommend it to people, but we won't invite them to anything. And if you don't have anything to invite them to, it's going to make your life a lot harder and slow down your business if you don't have those classes on the calendar to invite people to. So I really encourage you, don't wait for everything to be perfect and lined up and for you to feel comfortable doing a class. They're having some of the golds talk to you today, but we all started off as distributors. We all had our first class. We all had our first class where we taught it alone. We've all done classes where we don't feel like we're confident enough to, be putting this class on. But if you put it on the calendar and start inviting people to it, and then just figure out the details later about it, because if we don't do that, it's just going to get put off and put off and put off. And even better if you have, a partner to kind of do that together with and hold you accountable for, it'll just help support your business and grow your business even more. And then one last little tip I would have is most of us came into this business loving the product that Young Living has to offer, forgetting that they actually have two products, the oils and supplements and everything, but then also the financial products that they have. And we need to make sure that we fall in love as much with the financial products that they have and the business model as much as we do the oils and the other products. So then we feel passionate about sharing the business side and feeling confident with the business, because if you've done any personal development, which I think Heather's going to talk about, you'll know that not everyone, and actually most people, don't look highly upon network marketing. So when you read the 4-Year Career Book, when you listen to GoPro over and over, the Adam Green 25 to Life, and you really do think this is a brilliant business model like I do, when people don't understand it, it won't bother you. It won't hinder your business. You'll be the one looking at them like, well, I think I have something better than working in an office for the next 40 years. Obviously, you might not say that to them, but it'll really help you through your business. Is falling in love with the business as much as you have fallen in love with the product. So, am I okay on time, or did I go over?
They had a packet that they can do, and he told everybody that whoever brings it in,
I think we're good.
and there'll be a surprise for him.
So I'll go next. Thank you so much, Katie. Those were some really, really great tips on essential rewards and just going back to the basics. And I do hear a little bit of background noise. So if you are calling in with your phone, press *6 to mute yourself. Or if you're on the actual app, there should be a little microphone, and you just click on that, and it should mute you. and that should take care of that. So, yeah, so I'm going to talk about something that I've been doing for the past month. And I know that Katie mentioned, going back to the basics, and especially as you start moving up the ranks, or even when you're just beginning, you can get a little overwhelmed with all the managerial stuff. And so I noticed that while I needed to start finding more business builders, I wasn't really doing much to find those business builders. I was more just, managing my team, being a good leader, and things like that. But I forgot that one of the most important elements of leadership was modeling what you want your team to do. And I noticed that a lot of my team members also needed to find more business builders. So I created a challenge for the month of April where, to call a long story short, we reached out to 3 people per day and just sharing the business. This could be a small Facebook message. This could be a text message. It's a phone call. I've been doing mostly Facebook, just 3 messages. It takes me probably about 10 minutes, but I've learned so much from it, and I'm already getting some really great results, so I just wanted to share that with you about what I've been doing. The Facebook script that I use is this. So I hope you have a pen and a paper, because you're going to need it for this and another thing too. So get one if you don't have it. But the Facebook script that I've been using is, hey, so-and-so, whatever their name is. How are you? I hope you're doing well. You can kind of personalize it if you kind of know what's going on in their life, if you've been seeing their posts. And you say, hey, I know this is out of the blue, but I know that you live in blank, wherever they live. It could even be a different part of Phoenix. It doesn't matter. And you say, and that market happens to be an important area of growth for my business for many reasons. Now, you may or may not have a personal interest, but I would love to tell you who I'm looking for in hopes that you might know someone. And then you say, can you shoot me your cell? I'm hoping you can help me. And I would love to catch up if nothing else. And then you say, 10 to 15 minutes is all I need, as I'm sure that's all you have time for as well. So I'm hearing a little bit of background noise. If you came on, go ahead and press the microphone at the bottom of your screen to mute yourself, and we should be good. Awesome. Cool. So yeah, that is the script I've been sending out, and I've been doing 3 people a day. That means by the end of the month that I will be at about 90 people. Now, these are people that I have previously been terrified to reach out to in the past. And this could be for a number of reasons. Like, I have not spoken to these people in years. Some of these people barely remember who I am. We just added each other randomly one day because we thought, oh, you're fun. So it's been a little intimidating, but I've learned that, well, I'm getting a lot better responses than I thought. Actually, about 2 out of 3 are messaging me back with a yes, I would love to hear more about it. So when I call them and share the business. They're referring their friends. And it's so funny because now that I'm taking more action in this area, more things are falling into my lap. So we all kind of hope things will happen and just fall into our lap. Well, it's funny, as soon as I started taking action, more things not even really related to this happen to be just coming my way. So it's just interesting. I'm just finding it interesting how that all works. So it's been really great. And I've learned that you can't judge anybody. Even if you're the person who you think might totally be not interested in network marketing, the person who you think is going to, maybe judge you for being one of those people, or you think, oh my gosh, they don't even remember me, they don't want to hear about my business. I had a message from a girl who, again, I don't know her very well. She goes, I sent her the message that I just told you guys, and she just messaged me back saying, oh my gosh, I'm looking for a 3rd job. Can I do a part-time? I have a full-time job. Is that okay? And so we're going to chat, and it was just really encouraging to hear that. She was one that I kind of written off, but really, you know how they say, don't hold on to people's purse strings for them, you don't know what they would want to buy. Well, I almost think it goes the same for people's heartstrings too. I mean, you don't know what they're thinking. You have no idea what their life is like. So it's been really eye-opening to me to see how many people are actually open to this, and it's been really encouraging, and actually it's been fun. So if you have something that you, like, you know, I feel like everybody has something that's like tugging at their heart that they know they need to do, that they've been just really afraid to do it. That's probably a nudge, probably a sign that you probably need to go do that thing, and then more things will fall into your lap. So whatever that is for you, it could be sharing the business, it could be something totally different, but that thing that's kind of like been gnawing at you, and I've been just putting this off for so long, and it feels great to finally do it. And it's funny, another thing I wanted to add was I was at a Richard Bliss book workshop this past weekend, I think. He's the guy who wrote the 4-Year Career, and he had us do this activity. So again, this is where you're going to need your pen and your paper. So take just a total blank sheet of paper and turn it like horizontally like this way. And they want you to draw, and I'm going to try to draw, my pen's running out, like a big, big, big circle taking almost the whole page, so it looks like this. I don't even know if you can see that, but make it take up the whole page, okay? And then draw like a tiny microscopic circle as small as you can get it, but so that it still has, yes, perfect, Shauna, so that it still has a center in the page. And so now everybody draw like an arrow to the tiny circle, and then write like, that is, you know, what happened. That's the situation. So that's like the prospect that you're going to call, or the person you're going to follow up with and do a care call, whatever it may be, right? So that's the situation. And then the big circle is what you make up about it. And so as you can see, like, you could make up this whole story in the person's head about why that person wouldn't want to hear from you, why you would be bugging that person, but it's probably not true. And so now, like, when I'm sending those messages, if I ever feel a little bit of the fear coming up, I'm like, you know what? That's all what you're making up about it. You have no idea. Look how so-and-so responded positively. You never expected that. So it's been really great to just do that. And so if you have something, again, that's kind of like tugging at you that you know you need to do, just and something's holding you back, just think, you know what? It's probably 99% what I'm making up about it, and 1% what the reality of it actually is. And so that's been huge. So yeah, I hope you guys found that useful, found some tips, and again, like, it's never too late to start, even if you've been putting it off, and you're never too far along to stop prospecting and keep sharing the business, because that's what's going to duplicate and produce even more people loving the product and just spread the message even more. So, and obviously build your business faster too. So, yeah, cool. I hope that was long enough. I don't know.
Okay, so I guess it's my turn. Thanks, Heather. That's awesome. I got my knob drawn up, if you can see it. So I'm going to kind of piggyback, actually, on both of what Katie and Heather said. I so appreciate all of those. I was taking notes and learning right alongside, of course. There's always things that you can continue to learn from every single person. So what really has stuck out to me that I want to piggyback on is the art of asking. So if you have your paper still, just write a big letters at the top of ASK, the art of asking. Because one of the things Katie was saying is that we need to even ask them if they want to do essential rewards. Do you know what essential rewards is? So often I think we just clam up and we don't even ask the question, right? And like Heather is saying, to ask, are you interested in the business? I've got a business growing. Do you know of anyone that might be interested in this? This is all just asking questions. So it occurred to me, one of my favorite verses is found out of my favorite book. I don't know if you can see this. This is my Bible. It's my book of success. And in Matthew 7:7, it says, ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and the door will be opened. Here's what was like one of those moments, you know, where you hit your hand on your forehead, like a duh moment for me last week. we talk all the time about asking in the form of forming and signing. If you don't know what form and sign is, make sure you comment below so we can give you more information about how to form somebody, and sign is learning about them, asking questions to learn about them. And one of the things that hit me when I was reading this and thinking upon this verse, it says, ask and it will be given to you. And I feel like I pray, and I'm asking God all the time, asking God. And then I realized that the verse doesn't say ask the Lord or ask God. It says ask and you will receive. And the moment of aha to me was like, oh, right, I need to ask people. I need to ask people if they want to do this. And that's part of God's way of giving it to you. It comes from the people, right? And so I was like, oh, I'm asking for my business to grow, but am I asking the people if they want to be on Essential Rewards? Am I asking the people if they want to look at the business? It was just one of those really aha moments for me, as silly as that may sound. This is what I'm learning right now. And so the A in ask stands for ask. And ask everyone. Ask God, but ask people. Ask people. And it will be given. Then they'll answer you. Okay, then the S on your big paper here, so the A was for ask, and then S is for seek. And seek and you will find. So are we actually looking for results? Are we looking to find people that want to join our business? Are we seeking out people, or are we expecting them to like fall out of the sky? Are we going to the marketplace? Fairwind Imports, one of my favorite places, and I was intentionally seeking people to invite to my class. I was out seeking people. Are you on Facebook just scrolling down the comments, or are you seeking for people that need to know this information and to be loving the oils like you are, or are you just kind of, well, I don't know, are you intentionally seeking that out? And then the K in ask, A-S-K, is for knock, and the door will be open. This is the hardest one for me. Because I think that sometimes we sort of timidly knock, like we might start to ask the question and then we back off. Or we'll seek and we'll go to the store and then we back off, right? And we get really timid. And like my husband says, we've got to do the police officer knock, right? Bam, 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 on the door. And so that the door, they hear it, they hear the message, they open the door, and we take the step to actually go through with our message. And so that really hit me this week especially, but over the last couple of months, is the art of asking and those 3 steps in asking, and not forgetting to ask people. We've got to ask people. We have to get out there and just ask. This business is all about asking. And again, along the lines of forming and signing and things like that, ask. This is not about you. This is not about you at all. This is about what you can learn about that person to help them, to serve them specifically. And if you're not asking, you don't know what they're going to need. You might assume, like Heather was saying, don't assume what you think they need. Don't hold on to their purse strings. Don't assume they can't afford it. Ask them questions that will help guide you to how you can help them the best. You might, I know you'll be very surprised in the answers that you're going to get. And as you're asking, don't be thinking, okay, I need to now tell them my message. Be thinking, what's the next question I can ask them? Now that I've heard that, what's the next question I can ask them? Especially if they give you an objection. You know, I don't know, I would love to buy the kit, but I don't have the money. Oh, really? Tell me more about that. That's another question. So the art of asking, don't assume that they don't have the money because they don't make enough money. Don't assume, anything. Just keep asking. And then on the flip side, to just add a little bit further on that, don't be afraid also to ask your sponsor or your upline, your diamond upline, your silver upline, your executive upline, whatever that might be. Don't be afraid to ask them for help also. And so if you are struggling with something, or you feel stuck in your business, or you're feeling shy about asking, or you are nervous about your first class and you don't know that there's anybody to help you, Ask your upline. Ask. Ask people to help you. And while asking them, be mindful again to ask questions and not tell them what you need, but ask them, is there a way that you can help me learn more about this or learn more about that? So always in the form of questions. I think the art of asking is huge in this business. The more I learn to ask, the more my business grows, because it's not about me, it's about everybody else, and learning what really serves them and helps them and just can grow them. What are their needs? What is their purpose? What do they need health-wise? What do they need for wellness? What do they need for purpose? What do they need for abundance? How can I serve them? So I think that's my biggest tip that I know I am really, really learning right now is the art of asking. So ask, seek, and knock. That's what I got for you today.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Shauna. I am going to turn the call over to Charla Welby from Indiana right now, and she is going to round out our group of 4. Awesome wisdom so far, and Charla, we know what you're going to offer is great too. So thanks for being with us.
You're welcome. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. Well, I just want to talk a little bit. I left all my notes at my full-time job, so just bear with me. I would like to just touch base about the vision. The vision is so important with this kind of business and where you're going. I feel it's so important to have pictures and things around your home that just keep your why a big part of it, because it is easy to give up. So just keep those around the home. And I'll tell you, I kind of fell into this. I really fell into the product and loved it, and just kept sharing. And I continue to keep sharing. And I will put on some oil and have my business cards with me at all times. Everywhere I go, I always make sure I have business cards. And I just want to encourage you that someone who says no to you, don't take that personal. I love somebody, I don't remember who it was, the description they say of, it's kind of like a waiter or waitress when you're at a restaurant and they offer you if you want any more coffee and you say no. We don't take that personal. It's just no, and you go on to the next. And so that just always stuck with me. Also, I think it's so important to truly believe in what you're doing. Network marketing is a good thing. It is, it can offer so much, and it has offered so much for my family financially and physically and emotionally, the products. So it is so easy to want to give up, and that's where you have your upline and you have those. I love the description that my sister and I do this together, Sheila. I love when she says you are arm in arm. You just wrap arms around each other. You lift each other up. And I know with Angela, Andrea, and Deb, the accountability, what they've been doing on Fridays, it's huge. Plug into that stuff and invest into yourself. It is so much personal growth, and that's where you'll grow. I loved everything that I loved what all of you girls said. Shauna, you did hit it so, you hit it on the head about ask and you'll seek and ask for discernment and just like going out there in the field and continue to ask God for wisdom. I want to also say how important it is to me when I had that little aha moment for me. I was trying to do my business through always on my phone, and which can be a good thing, but I truly honestly feel that you need to have your set hours. You need to figure out what works good for you. It might have to be getting a babysitter an hour or an hour and a half where you just have time that you can phone and go through your emails or reach out, make your phone calls. I honestly want to say, too, what's important is to make it a habit to look at your downline. Look at your downline daily. I feel when I started doing that is when I started also growing. There is a great tool called Oily Tools. It's an app, and that is so helpful to us and can save time, and I'm all about that. I do this as a part-time job, and sometimes I always have to remind myself of that. My husband and I own a consignment store, so we're very busy, as a lot of people are. But what I love about this is you can choose if you want to do it as a hobby or if you want to do it as a part-time job or a full-time job. And but you got to set those hours. So are you being paid for the hours that you're putting in? So that I feel is so important to set those hours aside and really focus on that. And I love also, I heard through the grapevine that what you guys are doing in Arizona of just set a time maybe once a week or do it 3 times a month or do something where you're going to just show up at the same place every day. Let's say it's a coffee shop. Get out there and get to know people. I love the form. Put our phones down when you're standing in the line at the grocery store. Put them down. The lady standing beside you, the man standing beside you. Start a conversation with them. I feel that is definitely something that I enjoy doing, and it might even be. I'm a huge and I love patchouli. Just applying a little bit, maybe behind your ear before you walk into grocery shop. You'll be amazed at who stops you. You smell so good. And those are the people you want to attract. And always have those business cards. That is something, and they're cheap. You can get them and put your distributor number on there. I never got a website till just ago, and that's helpful too. So I also encourage you to, especially when you're executive, keep putting that money back into you and investing into your business. Getting the books into people's hands, and I'm gonna be honest. The first year and a half, I was not good at the follow-up, and I wanted to keep going back now and into my past and go, oh my word, and that could really knock me down. But you cannot. You have to look forward, and we have an amazing group, Living Well Now. And they have done so much for us, and we're so forever grateful. And I'm going to tell you, being in Indiana, my sister Sheila and I, when we started this, it could have been easily just said, we can't do this. And there's just way too many people that need Young Living, if it is for the product or for the finance. This company is amazing. Keep pushing forth. And as I think we all feel at the beginning of the month, we are like, oh my word, we got to start over. But you know what? Those are the good times to meet up with those friends and keep those connections, and just keep taking those 2 steps forward. And what do you want? There is a bigger picture. That's where the vision comes in. And I never understood when Sheila would keep saying to me, what is your why? What is your why? I don't know. And you know what? You're change over the years, change over the months. It will get bigger because you're growing into a different person. And keep the vision, keep the why alive, and post little sticky notes or visions all over your home, and be a product of the product, and keep doing your wonderful job.
Hey, and thanks so much, Charla, for those words. And everyone who's listening today, Andrea, on behalf of my mom and Andrea and Aaron and Sarah, we just want to thank you for your leadership in your gold ranks. We know that it takes a lot to get to that level of leadership, and we're so grateful that you gave us your best tips in our meeting today, so that others can benefit from that. So when we see you posting in our Business Builders group, we have over 1,000 people in the Business Builders group now. And so we know that when Charla or Shauna or Katie or Heather or even Dawn, people who aren't necessarily on this call, really pay attention to the wisdom and expertise that's coming through, because we do a lot of cross-line coaching, and these are people definitely to look for their words of wisdom and their advice as you're moving forward and staying focused on your vision and especially what God has planned for your life. So thank you again to all of you for your for your words today, for the time that you spent with us. I'm glad the technology will work as well as it can for today, and glad that all of you were able to join us live. The recording will be posted hopefully later tonight. I've got a couple other meetings before then, but really looking forward to sharing this out with our team. So recommend it highly. And again, thanks, girls, so much for your leadership and for sharing it with us.
You're welcome. Thank you, guys.
You're welcome. Thank you for asking.
Have a great night.
Bye.
Bye.